2024 was really a record-breaking year. I mean, we can sit back and we can look at what was going on the outside of us. We could see just a wave and a turn physically that's going on in an environment. We were able to see the office in our country begin to make a transition. We were able to see God put an end to an old system. We were able to just experience a lot of unnecessary roughness sometimes, but we were also able to experience goodness and grace and mercy like all the time. We were able to really sit in our own energy to the glory of God and really feel for the first time in a very long time. And now you are on the eve, you are on the brink of something great. And I just wanted to reach out to let you know that God wanted me to tell you, don't get it twisted. Come on, somebody. Don't get it twisted, baby. God is still with it. I want you to understand that 2025, it symbolizes a new beginning. You have entered into a place of rest, when it comes to your issues, when it comes to your problems, when it comes to things that stress you. You have literally begun to enter into a physical and spiritual rest, because one thing is for sure, baby. You are that Genesis 1:26 generation that truly do remember what God is, who he is, and how he created you. Now, I want you to understand that the enemy always wanted you to get it twisted, because if you could stay twisted, you wouldn't even believe that God actually did exist, though. But it was through the tests and the trials and the pain and the tribulation and the discord. It was through the abandonment, the hurt, and the pain. It was through the uncertainties. It was through the inflation. It was through the wars. It was through some things of people stepping over you and ignoring you that you were really able to identify the God that lives inside of you. Isn't it something how God will allow certain circumstances to manifest in our lives so that we will remember? Oh, I hear him say, don't get it twisted, because now you remember. You remember exactly who you are going into 2025. You may not have known beforehand because you may have been a little confused. But I hear the Lord telling me, now you remember. See, you're no longer twisted anymore, because you know you're that Genesis 1:26 generation who God created in his own likeness, in his own image, that he gave you the permission to be fruitful and to multiply and reign over everything in this dimension. I want you to remember. I want you to understand, baby, that you have been given the power and the authority to have dominion and subdue things in this environment. I want you to remember that it's not only in a small selected hand of individuals, it's in the hand of the children of the Most High. I want you to remember. Don't get it twisted. See, the enemy wanted you to always be in a twisted state of existence. He always wanted you to be in a twisted state of consciousness. He always wanted you to be in a twisted state when it comes to your self-esteem. And he always wanted you to be in a twisted state when it came to who God created to reign. You were created to reign. You are the head and not the tail, because you are that Genesis 1:26 generation. And I want you to understand that the place that God is taking you in 2025 is a place that you have never gone before. And I know some of you are going to be confronted with some things where you really have to really hold on to God and seek his face on some answers. I want you to know that you're going to be presented with some opportunities and some things that you don't feel like you're going to deserve, but God has prepared you for this your entire life. And I want you to understand that not only are you the Genesis 1:26 generation, but you're also the generation that is descendants from Moses. I want you to understand that I am sending you into a situation that you will remember why you were created. That I am is sending you into a situation that all you have to say, baby, is I am sent me to say what I need to say. I am the righteousness of God. I am created in his image for the display of his splendor. I am more than a conqueror. I am redeemed. I am every good thing that God has said about me. I am victorious. I am a leader. I am a trendsetter. I am a trailblazer. I am a game changer. I am a child of the Most High God, and I remember. Through the pain, somehow I remembered. Through the disappointment, somehow I remembered. Through unbearable situations, I remember. Through the uncertainties, baby, yes, I remember. I remember who I am, and that is a thing that changes it all. Don't get it twisted. Baby, God is still with it. He created you to reign. He created you to rule. And I just want you to know this going into this 2025, I want you to walk like royalty, talk like royalty, represent like royalty, live in your consciousness like royalty, engage with others like royalty, because you forgot for a season, but now you remember. And I just want you to know my clock came in and stopped my recording, but I want you to know that going into this next year, that you were created to reign. And I want you to remember what I am saying to you today. So as you go on about your day on this beautiful New Year's Eve, I want you to walk in all of God's glory, and remember that you don't ever have to get it twisted again, because God is always with you, baby, because He created you to reign and to ruin. Peace. Happy New Year's Eve to you guys, and I still believe in your absolute full potential in Him. Bye now. It's people that the enemy has planted right now in your environment that's trying to get you to turn your back on God. Because the enemy knows that if you ever do what has been told in the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 through verse, 14, that God will work for you.